Hey, Queen, do you like younger men? Do you like way older men? If you like men that are way younger than you, or younger than you, or way older than you, then this video is for you. So we're going to talk about the healthy age gap. Okay? I have some other videos that say why men like younger women, so you can go watch that. But here we're going to just talk about the healthy age gap. And you're going to hate this, but a healthy age gap has to do a lot with common sense. Because a lot of people think, well, age is just a number, or there's no, rules for love, or no age for love. But then you don't get to complain about things going, south, or you not getting your needs met. For example, let me talk about somebody I follow on Instagram. She's a huge influencer. She just turned 39, and she's dating a guy, dating or fucking or whatever you want to call it. She's been seeing a guy. They've been together for, I want to say, maybe like 3 years. She's 39 and the guy is like 30. So she's like 9 years older, or whatever, you get it, right? He's 30, she's 39, she's 9 years older. And, they travel together. They have a lot in common, right? Like a lot in common. Like they both are jet setters, like socialites. Now, the guy, he's 30 and he's very wealthy. So you're like, oh, okay, I see why, right? Like it makes sense. But you can tell the guy, he he's enjoying his wealth. He's enjoying traveling, he's enjoying partying. He's nowhere near the stage of life where she is at. And you can tell she on the surface says, I love, the jet set life, the, socialite parties, going to Monaco, going to Cannes and Dubai and all these things. You can tell she says that on the surface. But when you hear her talk about different things, like it'll slip out of her mouth. Like, for example, she'll be like, oh, Alvaro, he loves marathons. It's only her 100th marathon this month. Kind of like, here we go again with this guy and his adventures. She's pretty wealthy herself, I imagine. So she must have frozen her eggs, I want to imagine. But imagine if not. But even if she didn't freeze her eggs, like, no, even if she did freeze her eggs, like, she's 39, like, your physical body starts to have issues and complications after a certain age. And pregnancy is a lot more difficult, typically, not always. That wasn't the case for me, but for many women, it is a case where there's just problem after problem. Okay? It's, it's a statistics. So at the end of the day, they are in a completely different stage of life. And I'm like, isn't that just logical? Isn't that just pure common sense? But here we are with the love. And then next thing you know, she wakes up, um, I don't know, like 2, 3 years from now, where she has all these fertility issues. And like, there goes her thing of being a mother. Okay? And yeah, not everyone wants to be that, blah, blah, blah. Like, but pretty much most do. So, um, there's that for being with a younger guy who, again, is not in the same stage of life as you are. It's very typical for women in their 30s to late 30s and early 40s to feel the urge to date younger guys, to feel younger, to feel more alive, because they want the guy that is all into the action, all kinds of action, because the older guys are like boring and they're tired and blah blah blah, right? So, and then they wonder why the guy doesn't want to get married or why the guy is just in a completely different planet. So sometimes you do have the situation where your lives are at the same what is it, stage. But is it though? Is it really at the same stage, or maybe for now, or maybe on the surface? Is it really? So just common sense, right? I really want you to use common sense for choosing an age gap that is logical, kind of like you guys are doing similar things in life and so on and so forth. Of course, there's, you know, studies that talk about men liking younger women, but it's not always the case, right? There's exceptions. So the question is, are you a true exception to the rule? And are you in a truly happy place where you want to be? Maybe you secretly want to be married, but you're being a nice girl and saying that you're just cool. Are you being a cool girl? Cool girl syndrome, nice girl syndrome of like, oh no, no, we're good the way we are. Even though you secretly wish you were married and established and all this and that. So there's that. And then you have the other extreme with the women that want the daddy figure or the grandpa figure. Um, let me just say this. There's an institute of research called the Pew Institute. They came up with some research where they, came up with the fact that wealthy, put together men that are older, like 89% or so, they don't go for like 20-year-olds. Kind of like if they're 50 or 55, they don't go for a 20-year-old, they don't go for a 30-year-old. No, they go for somebody closer to their age. Maybe like a 5-year gap. Like the healthy, sane, normal, wealthy, successful men that are older, like 50, 55, and so on, they don't go for way younger women. They just go for someone a bit younger. So when you see your Trumps, your Hugh Hefners, we're not talking about healthy men that are like desirable in any way, shape, or form for other than their money. So look at Melania, right? She's just like, I don't want to know anything, right? Do you think she's happy with Trump? And mind you, I respect him a lot in many ways, not in every way. But, you know, Melania's like, she doesn't want to know anything about romantic stuff with him, right? She's just there for, business or whatever. Then Crystal, Hugh Hefner's, wives and all that stuff. Ex-wife. She'll talk about what a lunatic he is. So, healthy people get together with people that are in similar stages of life. Yeah, similar stages of life. Not too old, not too young. So if he is 5 to 10 years older than you, it's going to be a sweet spot. It's going to be ideal. Okay? That's the bottom line. I don't know if you need science to tell you that, but whatever happened to common sense, right? And the truth is that success in dating really boils down to common sense and being in your logic mind rather than in your being in heat or thinking with your hormones. Oh no, where your hormones don't make you think. They prevent you from thinking. Being in an intoxicated state, hormonal state. No, you want to be in your rational mind, in your logical mind, and make a choice for you of age gap that is going to be healthy, that is not going to be too crazy. 5 to 10 years older guy than you is sweet. A guy that is your same age, we've covered that really and truly they are younger than you, energetically, physically. So, yeah, I wanted to cover this topic because sometimes I get inquiries of like really illogical, like age gaps that make no sense. Like logical sense. Sure, you're infatuated and you're thinking with whatever's between your legs under the influence of hormones. But how, you can do that, but then don't complain about all the stuff that comes with that. Then don't say, oh, dating sucks or men suck. Like, no. Let's take responsibility for our choices. So that's it for today. And let me know in the comments what you think. Yeah, I know a lot of people are with younger men and they're so happy. Like, great if that's you, you're more the exception. But we're talking to the norm. Alrighty? So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye now.